Micah, talk about how the season's going so far. You've had a number of tournaments now. Talk about the team, how they're doing, and you personally.
I feel like we are all underachieving a little bit. We've had a lot of higher scores than what we probably would like. I know me personally, I've had a few tournaments where I didn't close down the stretch, and I think as a team we feel like we could do much better. But we'll just keep working, and I feel like all the five we put out there, we always have a chance. I never feel like don't have enough ability. It's just following through and playing really well during tournaments. So it's just putting it together. But I feel like that'll come, and I feel like we're on our way. So, yeah, we've underachieved a little bit, but I really have a lot of confidence in our guys and myself and the whole team that will step it up in the tournaments ahead.
You guys have a pretty young team. Talk about how the guys are getting along together, how team morale is at this point in the season.
Yeah, we're very young. There's a camaraderie with the younger guys, especially Walker and I, because we both redshirted together last year, and so we went through that together. And Hansen was only in his first year of play last year, so there's definitely that connection there that we're growing on the team together. And Drost is a true freshman, so he's fit in really well. We're all getting along really well. Everybody likes each other, and then each week we've had a few upperclassmen play too, and that's given us a little bit of leadership at each tournament. And then Coach Vogel's a great leader. He doesn't mess with our swing much, which is good. He keeps us confident in our abilities there, but we'll go to him for guidance on certain holes and certain shots, how we should play a hole. So all in all, yeah, we're meshing pretty well as a team, so that's good.
Talk about the GLIAC Championships this past weekend, how it went, and what you guys can take away from it.
GLIAC's pretty rough. As a team, we definitely underachieved, all of us collectively. Tough golf course. Eagle Eye was very tough golf course. Great conditions, but you could make big numbers really quickly. And I think we're just, I don't know how to say, we're just underachieving, and so we got to have more confidence. We got to go out there and play harder, I guess. But we'll definitely learn from it. You got to learn from your mistakes, and they'll make you better. They make you stronger. I know I'll definitely learn from my final round. Was playing well and just had two tough holes, and I think I got a little complacent maybe. So, can't take anything for granted. Keep grinding hard. Wind was tough, and you got to play your best golf when you're playing in the wind, and so. But we'll definitely take a lot from it, and I think we'll come out strong in the next tournament.
Speaking of the next tournament, it's the final tournament of the fall schedule. What are you guys looking to accomplish, and what's the mindset going into this final tournament?
Oh, I think we're looking to compete next week. We've so underachieved so far that I think we got a little chip on our shoulder, and I know personally I want to end the year on a really high note. So there's going to be a lot of concentration there. I'm really excited. I want to play really well, and I know the whole team does. So I expect good things this weekend. I think we'll all play well because it's our final tournament, and last week was a little bit of a disappointment. So there's some motivation there. So I feel really good about the weekend, actually, and I think we're all going to play well because we definitely have a little chip on our shoulder. We want to prove ourselves that we're better than what we have played so far. So I'm expecting good things.
You had the GLIAC Championships this past weekend. Didn't go probably as well as you had hoped, but talk to us about the weekend.
Well, there was some bright spots for us. I'm not going to get off into the negatives because those are rather evident out there. And just to say this about the upperclassmen again. We did not get the production that I was expecting. And unfortunate not only for us and for those guys individually, we ended up on a very, very short end of the stick as far as the conference championship goes. We finished 8th, worst finish I even think maybe in the history of our golf program. But we played well enough to where I don't think we could have finished any worse. We had a couple of bad rounds that we had to count. Again, we've only counting 4 out of 5 guys. We had one guy's round never counted the whole weekend, so makes it tough to compete, particularly at the level that we're at right now in the conference itself.
Speak to some of the bright spots you had over the
That's
weekend.
right. I did say I wanted to talk about some of the bright spots. Micah Skidmore playing what I think is great for a freshman. Pretty consistent player. He ended up having a couple of bad holes. Not only he had one round he shot an 80, a couple of bad holes there, but even more of a tough break for him is that he had 2 holes left to play on Monday's round. He was even par at the time and ended up shooting 76. But given that, he still ended up like 16th or 17th within the conference as far as individuals, and for that I think is quite remarkable for Micah. So he's having what I think is a very good year for a freshman, and if he keeps it up, there's a good chance that he could possibly get Freshman of the Year award here for the conference. Long way away from that yet at this point. Another freshman, a true freshman, Wyatt Drost out of Charlevoix. What can I say about Wyatt? He had a little bit of a tough break on a couple of holes over there as well, but he ended up in the second round shooting a 70. I mean, he got it in the slot. He knew what he was doing and just had a terrific round. Really helped us get into at least a position. I think after the second round, that 70 of his really took us down into the 6th place, which still not very impressive, but given what we had to count in the first round, I looked at that as a very positive. And Wyatt is, like Micah, is going to have a very, very good career here at Saginaw Valley. As a freshman, he's playing pretty good, but he has those occasional up and downs that you have to figure out how to get rid of on the road. And these guys at a young age, I think, are going to get that figured out.
What's the mindset of the team coming into their last tournament of the fall? How's the team doing? Mentally.
Well, I think overall, like you'll find in any program that's struggling, you have a tendency of a lot of the guys that aren't on the road thinking they should be on the road, and there's probably more of a questioning of what's going on with the coaching staff too. Yeah, so the mindset, I think, is not very good right now. And again, anytime you get into these kind of situations where your performance is way low or way less than what you expect, I guess maybe a little human nature's coming in. The one good thing that I have made a decision on, and that is that I am going to go with basically a youth movement for this weekend. It's a pretty tough course that we play over there in Findlay, but I'm bringing another freshman, actually 2 more freshmen into the lineup this weekend. One, Taylor Walker, who really is a redshirt freshman, and Taylor, without a shoulder injury, or actually no, it was an elbow injury that we were dealing with early in the fall. Without that injury, I actually thought Taylor was going to be number 1 or number 2 man on our team, so hopefully he's got his game in shape now. He's been playing pretty decent in all of our practice rounds, and so I'm expecting some good things out of him. And then another young man that just made the decision on was his name's Adam Jacobs, a freshman out of Saginaw, true freshman, lefty. I think it was probably one of the first lefties that we've had in our program. And very, very skilled player in the short game. I really like how this guy gets the ball around. He kind of kicked everybody's tail here in the high school area, the local area anyway, this last year as a senior in high school. And he's had some pretty good junior tournament success. So it's a matter now of giving these young guys a chance. He's been playing well. Again, Adam Jacobs has been playing well all fall, really. So if anybody else in the program right now is due for a chance, it's him.
What are some things you hope the guys can accomplish in this final tournament of the fall?
Well, a hope, I guess, even though it's not a strategy, but it would be that we gain back some respect. And if nothing else, we come out of this thing with, I know that some of our underclassmen have got some valuable experience with knowing what you have to do when you go on the road. It's one thing to go play your home course all the time and then Bay City Country Club being our home course, where it's the only course you play for the last 5 or 6 weeks. But it's getting comfortable on a course like that and knowing how to score on it, but it's still knowing what kind of golf game you have and taking it on a road and getting to a golf course that maybe you've never seen before, which is most of the time the case here with these guys.